BB851, turn right, heading 180. 14 Papa, turn right 245, report localizer established 27.
Lufthansa's been a featured carrier here on the channel for some time, and I do apologise for not covering this sooner. I just needed some time away due to stress. The Lufthansa CEO has discussed more about the future of the group, specifically how they see Lufthansa's future. If you don't recall, the Lufthansa Group, specifically Lufthansa, has been very transparent with how they'll be moving forward. They've already said they'll be saying goodbye to multiple A380s, A340s and 747s, and in addition, only a few weeks ago, announced they'll be decommissioning all their Airbus A340 temporarily, with only a potential set return date for around half at most. It comes following the COVID-19 outbreak and big drop-offs in overall travel demand, though thanks to new information, they've outlined their path to survival. The group noted that for the first quarter, they posted losses of some 1.2 billion euros, with group revenues falling by a total of 17% to 6.4 billion euros. In comparison to the previous year, they saw revenue of some 7.8 billion euros. These figures, while indeed showing a decline, will continue through into the second quarter and likely third quarter, as the group and airlines within struggle to cope with flights not being able to be operated within these various airlines. Also, they have no idea beyond the said repatriation flights when they can actually get their scheduled services flying again at a regular output. The group has therefore warned that they expect for the second quarter their operating loss to be considerably higher, noting that while they have an available liquidity of some 4.4 billion euros, they expect in the coming weeks to see a significant decline in the liquidity. Specifically saying the group does not expect to be able to cover the resulting capital requirements with further borrowings on the market. The group is therefore in intensive negotiations with the government of its home countries regarding various financing instruments to sustainably secure the group's solvency in the near future. Now, it's worth noting that this covers all the airlines within the group. The Lufthansa Group, if you are unaware, has a number of other high-profile airlines included, not just Lufthansa, but the likes of Austrian Airlines, Brussels Airlines, Swiss, and more. For Austria, this CCO said following the retirement of half their 767s operating, they do not actually expect travel demand and more widely the aviation industry to return to pre-COVID-19 levels before at least 2023. Now this is at the earliest, it could be far longer than that. If you have indeed been tuning into these videos for roughly the past month or so, or really since the outbreak of COVID-19, this has been a point I've definitely been trying to get across, and that it's simply too difficult to exactly predict when things will go back to normal, when we'll see the return to the way we became so accustomed to. While executives who do indeed know far more than me predict things, these can always change. Like discussed in yesterday's video covering border changes within Australia that could see international travel banned for a further 3 to 4 months, even when restrictions are easily lifted. This is a country which, as we know, has had nothing like the cases of the UK, the States, Italy, Spain, or even more. However, Lufthansa and the group more widely want to come out of this pandemic, albeit in a different light, with reduced operations across the board, the disappearance of some iconic aircraft and likely fewer employees across every single airline, including the big Lufthansa. It's something that will be taking place with every single airline, and something that we do indeed need to prepare for, as airlines and groups around the world then further announce adjustments to their international operations, whether that be through route cancellations, suspensions, or accelerated retirement of aircraft series that may have been around for decades. Another possible option, as discussed, is deferring aircraft deliveries of new airliners that were set to join up in the coming years, that simply are now not required with that reduced network and in addition operations. What are your thoughts on some of the things I discussed in this video? Let me know, and as always, thanks very much for the support. I look forward to seeing you all in the next one.